Welcome. Welcome back to Teacher Love class. Today we'll be continuing Survey of Mathematics Chapter 3 Logic, and this is part 1 video. So if you need this file, Chapter 3 Logic file to prepare as your notes, feel free to download it and get it from my description box. And of course, if you want to watch back my Chapter 2 set theory, feel free to go back and watch it, or else you can continue with this video. And now, Chapter 3 Logic. Basically, I have arranged it into 7 subchapters, until 3.1 until 3.7. It might be different from the textbook thinking mathematically, however, the contents are the same. It's just the arrangement that I might change it a little bit just to make it easier for me to teach. So let's continue. 3.1. 3.1 basically it focuses on statement, negation, and quantify statement. So first, let's first define what is a statement. Okay, so statement, it means that a sentence that either true or false, not both simultaneously. So I can say a statement is a something that is true or false. Okay, so for example, I can say a statement. I can say AIU is in Thailand. So AIU is in Thailand. Is it true or is it false? Is AIU in Thailand? The answer is true. So this statement, this sentence considered as a statement. Okay. So if I say AIU is in Malaysia, okay, maybe Malaysia. So is this true or is this false? So this is false because we know that AIU is in Thailand. However, although it is false, this also considered as a statement. Okay, because statement can be either true or can be either false, but not simultaneously. So what's mean by simultaneously? Means that it happens, it can be true or false. So for example, I can say that teacher Lo is handsome. So when we look at this statement, this sentence, so how you know whether it is true or is it false? Actually, teacher Lo is handsome is an opinion. So that means that some of the people might think that teacher Lo is handsome. So it might be true. So it might be false at the same time too. When some of the others might think, teacher Lo is not handsome. So this means that true and false can be happen simultaneously. So if this is the situation, teacher Lo is handsome is not a statement. Okay, so you can look at here. Here says that opinion, questions, and command are not a statement. Okay, so let's try and look at the questions here and we can get a better understanding. So here says that London is the capital of England. So when you look at this one, you might don't know the answer. Say, is London the capital of England? Okay, we no need to know that whether it is true or is it false. We no need to know that whether it is true or false. As long as it should be have an answer, right? Whether it's yes or no. So when we know that it can be either both, either one, we know that this is a statement. Okay, and now the next one. William Shakespeare wrote the last episode of The Sopranos, and the same thing. We doesn't know that is William Shakespeare. Is it the person that wrote the last episode? But we know that it should be either yes or either no, right? So we know that this is a statement. We no need to know whether it is true or not. As long as it doesn't happens, it doesn't have the answer both simultaneously together. Okay? And let's look at the third one. Here says, survey of mathematics is the easiest subject in AIU. Is survey of math the easiest subject in AIU? Some might say yes, it is true, and some might say no. it might be the hardest too. So we can see that this is actually an opinion that a group of students might say true, a group of students might say false. So this is an not a statement, not a statement. And now let's look at the next question. If I like a girl, how can I confess to her? So this is a question, and we know that questions is not a statement. So this is not a statement. Okay? And how about let's look at the next question. Law is the first president of AIU. So is Law the first president of AIU? If you want to know the answer, just feel free to go and check the library's wall, and there's some pictures there, the presidents there. Okay? So the answer is this one, you know, for sure is false, right? So this is a statement. Remember, a statement can be either true or false, but not both simultaneously. Okay? So Law is the first president of AIU. The answer is false, and which is a statement. How about the next one? Law is the 12th president of AIU. So now, do the current president now, is he the, I think he is the about before 10, right? So it means that we doesn't have any 12th president yet. So it means that this actually is a future situation, which means that this sentence actually is a prediction. It predicts that, oh, maybe Law is the 12th president of AIU. And since it is a future thing, it's a prediction, we doesn't know that whether it is true or is it false. I might be the president of AIU in the future, or I might not be too. So since this is a prediction, this is not a statement, because we doesn't have an exact answer saying that it is true or is it false. Okay, so I hope you got the concept of what is statement. Statement is the idea that I can surely say it is true, or I can surely say it is false. However, a non-statement is an opinion. It can be a question, it can be a command, or it can be a prediction too. Because when it is prediction, we cannot say that it is surely true or it is surely false. Okay, just like opinion or just like comment and questions, we cannot come up with true and false because it's not a sentence for us to answer true and false. Okay, I hope you get the concept. This is about statement, and this whole chapters we are dealing with statement. Okay, let's look at the next one. Negation. Okay, just now we talked about statement, now we'll be talking about negation. So negation, basically it means that negation, let me get the highlighter. Negation, it actually helps you to make a true statement become a false statement, or it helps you to make a false statement to become a true statement. Just now we learned about statement. Just now we learned about statement. Okay, and statement can relate to something called negation. Okay, just now we talk about statement. It can be either true or either false. And now, if your statement is a true statement, negation can help you to make it become a false statement. And in another way around, if it is a false statement, it can help you to make it to a true statement. Okay? So example, I will say that here. A is equal to Law is a male. Okay? So if I put a negation, negation is with a symbol of this one. Okay, this is a sign of negation. It will be Law is not a male. Okay, so you can look at here. You can look at here. The symbol of negation is this one. Okay, and the way of putting it to make it a false statement, or to make it true become false or false become true, is that you can use this one. It is not true that, or you can use the word not. Just like here, I use the word not. Okay, so let's look at this question. Kuala Lumpur is the capital of Malaysia. Okay, we actually, again, we doesn't need to know that whether it is a true statement or whether it is a false statement. We just need to change it. Okay, here says Kuala Lumpur is the capital of Malaysia. So to make it another way around, this means that true to false or false to true, we can make it to Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is not the capital of Malaysia. Okay, this is how we make a statement to become a true statement to become a false statement. Or yeah, just for information, this is a true statement, and now we make it into a false statement. So of course, this here, and second question, Singapore is located in Thailand. So we doesn't need to know whether it's a true statement or false statement. In order to make it another way around, we can add it is not true that too. So we can say that it is not true that Singapore is located in Thailand. Okay. Okay. Of course, if you want to use the word not, you also can use it. You can put it as Singapore is not located in Thailand. That is also can help to reverse the statement. Okay, let's look at the third questions here. P is equal to Zion likes to eat nasi lemak. So here say find negation P. So negation P is it is not true that Zion likes to eat nasi lemak. Okay. Okay. I hope you get a concept. If you want to use not, in this case, you need to change it. Say Zion does not like to eat nasi lemak. Okay. This is a grammar thing. Okay. So you can try to figure it out. Okay. And the next one. Here says that negation A, Zion always sleep late. Okay. And now you see, now we have negation, and now we need to find that a thing that without negation. It is the same thing that we can use this one also, okay, to make it a flip over. Okay, so it can be it is not true that Zion always sleep late. Okay, sometimes you might think, Teacher Lo, can I just change it to Zion always sleep early? I would say that no. Why? Because Zion always sleep late. If you change it, turn it now over, it doesn't mean that Zion always sleep early. It can also be Zion always sleep on time, not early and also not late. Okay, so it's better than not to change the word, but you just add it is not true that. Okay. Okay, so this is about negation, and negation only happens in statement. Okay, because only statement that you can change it to true to false or false to true. If it is not a statement, you cannot change it to true or false. Okay, because we doesn't have true and false. It happens at the same time. I mean, okay, and let's look at the next. Here says that quantify statement. Okay, just now we learned about statement, we learned about negation, and quantify statement. It means that a statement that involve with a quantity. Okay, so you can look at this statement. Here says that all A are B. You see the word all means that a quantity. Okay, and the next statement say some A are B. And here say no A are B. And here say some A are not B. So you can see that it actually these statements are involving a quantity. Example, I can say that I have a can, then I put 3 marbles inside. Okay, 1 2 3. Then I can say that all 3 marbles are red. Okay, so if I want to write an equivalent statement, let's see, equivalent statement, okay, this is statement, this is equivalent statement, I can write that there are no A that are not B, which means that I can write it as there are no, or in this one, let me just change it, all marbles, I will change it to all, instead of putting all 3 marbles, let me just put all marbles, okay, to make it clear, since all 3 marbles and all marbles are the same. So here will be, there are no marbles that are not red. So it makes sense, right? This is a statement and this is the equivalent statement. All marbles are red, and it is the same meaning saying that there are no marbles that are not red. Okay? However, if I want to go for something called negation, which is the opposite around, you can put it as some A are not B, which means that you can put it as some marbles are not red. Okay? Then this is the negation of these two statements. Okay, I hope you get the idea. Okay, so let's look at the next questions here. I mean the next statement here. Some A are B. So let me just change it to add 2 more blue color. Okay, and then we write here some A are B. So I can say some marbles are blue color. Okay, is it make sense? Some marbles are blue because we know that some are red, some are blue. Okay, so the equivalent statement will be there exists at least one A that is B. So I will say that there exists at least one marble that is blue. So it makes sense, right? It exists at least one, and I have 2. At least one means that it can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3 or more. Okay, at least 1. However, if you want to make it negation, which is the opposite around, this is the way of writing it. No marble are marbles are blue, which is, this is a false statement, right? This, both of this is true, right? And this is the false one. This is how we write a quantify statement in a negation form. Okay, and let's look at the, okay, I hope we get an idea here. Okay, so let's remove this and let's go for the third statement here. And here says no A are B. Okay, I will say here no marbles are green. Okay, there's no marbles are green, right? Only red and blue. So the equivalent statement of writing it is all marbles are not green. Still makes sense, right? Okay, all marbles are not green. So these are the equivalent statement. All not. Okay, and here all not. However, the negation, which means that this is both true statement, and if you want to make it false, the way of writing it is some A are B, which is some marbles are green. So you can see that this is true and this is false, because say some marbles are green, but we doesn't have any marbles here. Okay, and let's look at the next one, the last one. Let me erase it. And here says some A are not B. Okay, so I will say that some marbles are not, let me just put here, red. Some marbles are not red. Yeah, of course, right. There's two marbles that are not red, okay? That's why not all are red. So the equivalent rate, the equivalent way of writing this statement is that not all A are B. So it means that not all marbles are red. So it makes sense, right? Not all marbles are red because there are two blue color marbles. So these two are true. However, if you want to write in the opposite way in the negation, you write here that all A are B, which means that all marbles are red, which is totally false because we know we have two more blue color. Okay, so I hope you get the concept here. This is how it is working. Okay, and now let's look at the exercise here. Draw and shade the statement in Venn diagram form. Okay, all A are B. Okay, some A are B. No A are B. Some A are not B. Okay, I believe that you have learned the Venn diagram in the previous chapter, chapter 2. Okay, so let us go through it. If you doesn't know what is Venn diagram, you better go back and look to the chapter 2 video. But it's okay to not knowing for the next one. Okay, but here you need to know. OA are B means that everything in A are in B. Okay, so basically you can draw it as in this way. Okay, this is A, this is B. So OA are B. So we will shade the region here. OA are B. Okay, and say some A are B. Okay, so you draw. This is A, this is B. It means it says that some A are B. That means not all the whole thing. Only some A are B. Okay. Okay. When all A are B, everything's are inside B. If some A are B, that means they are parts that not intersect B. They are parts that intersect B. And here say the next one. No A are B. No A are B. So the same idea here. But remember, he said no A are B. So it shouldn't have any intersection here. So you cannot draw in this way, but you need to draw that in this way. A and B. There's no intersection because no A are B. And we have no shading part. And of course, for your information, it means that A intersect B is an empty set. Okay, this you should know this in the previous chapter. And the last one, some A are not B. So this is the same diagram with the second one, A and B. However, here says that some A are not B, which means that the part of here. Okay. Yes, this is the part. Okay. So I get the concept here. All A are B, some A are B, no A are B, some A are not B. Okay. This one is the one. Some all A are B, some A are B, no A are B, and some A are not B. Okay, this talking this four thing. Okay, and just for your reminder, just now we learned about negation, right? Okay, negation here. We say that, okay, we can add the word it is not true that, or we can add the word not. Okay, these two words to make the statement from true to false or from false to true. However, remember when it is quantified statement, quantified statements are the statement that involve a quantity. You need to use this table. Okay, so just make it easy. Negation or the statement, if you want to negate a statement that involve all, some, and no, you must use this quantify statement notes here, which is this table. Okay, so let's just look at those questions here. Okay, I've put the same table here, and these are all the statements that we need to try to express it in an equivalent way for the section A, and we need to write negation for the section B. Okay, so now try, just give yourself 10 minutes to look at this table and try to remember some keywords here. Okay, so 10 minutes start from now. Okay, so you can kindly pause the video to get yourself familiar with this table. Okay, if you're done, feel free to continue with me. So here says that nobody doesn't like law. Okay, remember the first A asking you to write the equivalent way, which means that this statement is equivalent to this, and also this statement is equivalent to this. And the second B, write the negation of the statement in part A, which means that either one of this column, it will be the negation of this one. Okay, so the questions here says that nobody doesn't like law. So nobody doesn't like law. Can you guess that here we have one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So can you guess that nobody doesn't like law is belongs to which statement? Okay, try to guess. Nobody doesn't like law. Nobody doesn't like law. Okay, if you are good enough to try to just observe carefully, look at here. Nobody that does not. So there's another not here. Nobody that doesn't like law. So there's two no not here, which is the same thing as the fifth statement here. No not. So actually this statement is the same statement of this statement. Just that in the way of grammar, it try to write in this way. Okay, so which means that now A, it requires to write the equivalent way, so we can write that using this the first statement here, all A are B. So you also can write all people likes law, or you can say that in a grammatical way, everybody 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 likes law. Okay, that's the equivalent way. And B, it says write the negation of the statement. So we know that negation, which is on this part, some A are not B. So we can write as some some somebody, or you can say some people doesn't. Oh, I think I should write some people. Okay, some people doesn't like law. Okay, this is just a matter of grammatically. Okay, it might have some grammatically error, but that is what it means. Okay, and let's look at the third questions here. A problem well stated is a problem half solved. Okay, a problem well stated is a problem half solved. So give yourself about 5 seconds to think about which statement it belongs to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So try to go on. Okay, so here says that a problem well stated is a problem half solved. So it means that if all problem is well stated, it means that all problems are half solved. Although here use the word and the word however, it also means that if all problems well stated, then all problem half solved. So actually it belongs to the first one. all A are B again. Okay, just now it is given this one, and now it is given this one. So when we write the equivalent statement, we write the next one here. So it means that you write it as they there are, or there is no problem well stated that is not a problem half solved. Okay, all problem well stated is a problem half solved. So there's no problem that well stated, and that is not a problem that half solved. Okay, so it's kind of, yeah, tricky and interesting, but it is, you can, once you write it down, you figure out that, yeah, there's a similarity, there's equivalent statement. Okay, and now we continue. B, of course, is here. Some A are not B. So here we write as some problems that some problem that well stated are not problems that, or some not problems that half solved. Okay, so you can just put half solved, not problem, half solved. Okay, it might, here it might require some grammatical skills for you to adjust on the grammar. Okay, okay, so now look at this question. Nothing is both safe and exciting. Okay, nothing is both safe and exciting. So now try to look at this diagram again, this table again. Try to figure out which statement is it. Okay, try to think. You have about 10 seconds to think. Okay, so here, nothing is both safe and exciting. So if you notice, you have a no thing. Nothing means no things, right? Okay, so you realize that, hey, there's a no here. No things are something. No thing or nothing is something. Okay, so it is actually belongs to the third statement here. So if you want to write the equivalent way, you write in this one. All A are not B. So basically you can write it as all things are not not both safe and exciting. Okay, so nothing is both safe and exciting. It means that all things are not both safe and exciting. So you get it. Yeah, it's equivalent when you try to think about it. And now, if you want to write the negation, so you will write some A are B. So you write here some, yeah, some things are both safe and exciting. Okay, remember, no A are B or A are not B means that if in negation, it will be some A are B, because the previous two says no, there are no things that are B, but here says some A are B. Okay, and that it is. Okay, let's look at the next one. Some students are education major. I believe that is quite easy. So try to think about it. 5 seconds, which one it belongs to. Okay, the answer is the second statement. So look at here. Some are, and here some are. Okay, so since this is the second statement, so the equivalent statement will be the sixth statement. So here you write that there exists at least one student that is education measure. Okay, so there exists at least one student that is education measure. Okay, and of course the negation will be the statement on the right here, no ARB, which is here, which is no students are, no student is or are is education measure. Okay, so it's kind of easy, right? Okay, good. And let's go for the next one. No, or not all nasi lemak has ikan bilis. Okay, not all nasi lemak has ikan bilis. So let's look at the statement here. Okay, yeah, not all nasi lemak has ikan bilis. So try to look at this table and try to figure it out whether it is which statement on the above. Not all nasi lemak has ikan bilis. Okay, so if you notice, here says what? Not all nasi lemak has something. Here, not all has. So if you notice, here also have one. Not all has, or in this case are. So and actually it is the same as the it statement here. So if in this case it will be this one, some A are not B, as its equivalent statement. So here will be some nasi lemak. In this case are becomes has. Some nasi lemak has no ikan bilis. Okay, sometimes you doesn't need to know whether what is nasi lemak or what's ikan bilis. Okay, and if you know it is kind of easy, but if you don't know, it's okay. Okay, and we know that if this is the equivalent way, and this will be the negation, or A R B. So we will know that here is all nasi lemak has ikan bilis. Okay, so it's kind of easy. And now we look at the 7 questions here. There are no genius who will not work hard. Okay, I believe you get something. And let's try to look at the statement here. So try to think. There are no genius who will not work hard. So which statement is this? So I believe you got it. This says that there are no genius who not work hard. There are no who will not. Okay, no, not. And you can see that here, the fifth statement here, no, and here is not, means that actually there are no genius who will not work hard actually belongs to the fifth statement. So the equivalent will be the first statement, or A or B. Okay, so you can write here, all genius will work hard. Okay, and of course the negation will be the statement on the right side here, some A are not B. Okay, so it will be some genius will not work hard. Okay, and now let's continue the few more questions. Some buildings are not law. So some buildings are not belongs to law. Some not. Okay, some are not. So look at here. Let me just highlight the R. Some are not. Okay, so now look at here, and you try to think that which one it belongs to. 1 to 8. So I believe that you got it. And yes, it is number 4. Some buildings are not low. So the 4 you can write. So you know the equivalent will be that not all A are B. So here will be not all A are B. Not all A are B. So not all buildings are low. Okay? And of course the negation is on the right side. It will be all A are B. Means that all buildings are low. Oh, teacher law are kind of rich only for these questions, huh? All buildings are low. Okay. And here again, the questions. The exits at least one coin is belongs to low. I believe this is the easiest question. The axis at least one coin is belongs to low. So which one? 1 to 8 statement. I believe you got it. The answer is number 6. There exists at least one A, that is B. So we know that the equivalent statement will be the left side, which is some A are B. So here, the answer will be some A are B. So some coins are belongs to low. Okay, it's kind of easy, right? Okay, and again, the right side will be the negation. No A are B. So no coin belongs to low. No coins are belong to low. Okay, so it's easy. And now let's look at the last questions, which is the question number 10. Again, it requires you to write the equivalent way, and it asking you to write the negation. And when you look at this question, it says no, which is means that it is a quantified statement. Okay, and when it is a quantified statement, you need to know that you must use the table above. So let's look at the questions here. No woman have served as a Supreme Court justices. Okay, no woman have served as Supreme Court justices. Okay, so once you know this one, let's look back on this above table here. So think about it. Which is the statement here? Let me repeat the question. No woman have served as Supreme Court justices. So if you notice clearly, you will know that it is actually the statement number 3, the third statement. No, and instead of using are in the question, it use have. Okay, so no, have. So we know that the equivalent will be this one. All A are not B. So in this case, we will write it down here. All women have not served as Supreme Court justices. Okay, that is the equivalent way. And for the negation, we will write here. Here, some A are B, which means that here we will write some women have served as Supreme Court justices. Okay, and now we are officially done with the quantify statement. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. We have talked about statement, how to identify whether it is a statement. We talk about negation, how to write add negation, which is just add it is not true that, and we add not. And of course, for especially for quantify statement, we need to write the negation in this form using the table here. Okay, so in the next video, we'll be continuing to discuss about 3.2. So stay tuned, and we will be continuing next. So thank you so much and be safe.